Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's the beginning of the week, another week, last week in February. Can't believe the month of February is gone as well. And this year is just going by so quick. Excuse me. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. Just having a little trouble here with my clearing my throat, getting over a respiratory issue that I had for a few weeks. And I'm at the tail end of it, so sorry about that. Anyways, we have been talking about the sayings of Jesus, the things that he said as he was here on earth. And today I'm going to read out of Matthew chapter 5, verse 37. And if you know anything about Matthew chapter 5, you'll know that that is the famous Sermon of the Mount, where he spoke to not just his disciples, but to a multitude of people. And he basically established the kingdom of God here on earth with this. He basically said, this is the way that we need to live as Christians. Of course, they weren't called Christians yet, but he's saying this is the way we should live as believers in God. And this is how, we should proceed to be a people that will please God. And so, we know it as the kingdom of heaven. And, he came to establish that. And Matthew 5:37 says, this is what Jesus says: all you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Very straightforward, to the point. All you need to say is simply yes or no. And he's talking in the Sermon on the Mount. He covered different topics, if you will. We can call them that. And in this one, he is talking about being people of that people of our word, people that keep your word. He's talking about being able to keep your word, being able to, if you say something, to go through with it. If you promise something, make sure that you follow through with that. And as people of promise, we need to say yes or no. Sometimes we're a little wishy-washy, and sometimes we will, somebody asks us for a favor, we'll say, well, we'll see, or maybe, and that really doesn't puts responsibility on us, right? And it doesn't commit us to anything. And so what we need to be is people of commitment. And this is what Jesus is saying. You need to be committed. If you're going to do something and you say yes, I'll do it, then you need to follow through with that and do it. And there's nothing wrong with saying no as well. If you can't do it, if there's for whatever reason you're not able to come through with it, and then you say no, and that's okay too, right? But anything beyond this, he says, anything beyond a simple yes or no comes from the evil one. When we make somebody believe that we're going to do something and we don't do it, or when we say no when we can do it, and so that is where we have issues. And what God says, you shouldn't act that way, you shouldn't be that way. You're not representing me as God, because I am not that way. I say yes or I say no, but I don't say anything beyond that, right? And Jesus is being very clear. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. So we need to be very, yes or no, and that's going to prevent a lot of issues or problems in our lives with others when we are able to conduct ourselves this way. So, yeah, all we need to say is a simple yes or a no. Anything beyond that comes from the evil one. He wants to mess us up. He wants to mess with us, and don't let him do that. All right, well, I hope you have an amazing rest of this day, an amazing week, and we will talk to you soon.